In today's dating world, some women don't test your love. They test your limits. They don't want your truth, they want your control. The moment you start overthinking, overgiving, or over-explaining, you hand them the remote to your emotions. But a Stoic man, he plays a different game. Or rather, he refuses the game entirely. If you've ever been confused by mixed signals, drained by drama, or tempted to break your principles just to keep her attention, listen closely. These are the 10 Stoic tactics to defeat manipulation in modern dating, without ever raising your voice. Let's begin. Number 1. Don't chase clarity. Accept uncertainty. In the heat of emotional confusion, most men make the same fatal mistake. They start chasing answers. They demand clarity. They seek closure. They ask, "What are we?" But the truth is that desperation for certainty often leads you straight into manipulation. Many women, not all, but those who play games, use ambiguity as a tool. They give you just enough affection to keep you hooked, but never enough consistency to give you peace. One day it's warmth, the next it's ice. You're left trying to decode every text, every look, every delay in response. But here's what Marcus Aurelius reminds us. You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. That means not every vague action deserves your emotional energy. Let it be unclear. Let it hang in the air. That discomfort, that's your strength training. Stoicism teaches us to master the storm within, not the chaos without. Life, and especially relationships, are unpredictable, but the Stoic man stands tall not because he knows every answer, but because he is unshaken by the unknown. Imagine this. You're seeing a woman, and her signals are mixed. She flirts with you one night, and then ghosts you for days. Most men spiral, overthinking, texting more, seeking reassurance. But the Stoic man, he steps back. He observes. He knows that confusion itself is an answer, because a woman who values you won't leave you stranded in doubt. Respect is clear. Effort is visible. You don't need to beg for it. So stop chasing clarity like it's oxygen. You're not meant to solve her puzzles. You're meant to lead your life with purpose. If a woman keeps you in limbo, let her drift. Stand in your stillness. Let her mystery remain just that, a mystery. The man who accepts uncertainty with calm, who chooses his peace over her mixed signals, that man is dangerous. He's no longer a pawn. He's the one who walks away without looking back. Number 2, respond with stillness, not emotion. There will be moments when a woman tests your emotional stability, not always with malice, but often to see what you're made of. She may pull away without explanation, flirt in front of you to spark jealousy, or use silence as a weapon to provoke a reaction. The untrained man takes the bait. He explodes, he chases, he begs. But the Stoic man does none of that. He doesn't become emotionally numb or bitter. He simply remains still, not detached but grounded, not passive but powerful. True stillness is not about doing nothing. It's about choosing not to be moved by drama. Epictetus said it plainly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. That's not just a quote. It's a survival code in the world of relationships. Picture this. You text her, no reply for hours. Then she posts a story out partying with other guys. Your heart races. Your ego flares. Every cell in your body wants to respond, demand an answer, prove your worth, or punish her with your own silence. But instead you pause, you breathe, you choose stillness. You let the moment pass like a storm over the sea. That stillness isn't weakness. It's control, it's self-respect. A man who controls himself doesn't need to control others, and that's terrifying to someone who only knows how to play games. Because here's the truth. When you respond with stillness, you disarm manipulation. You refuse to be puppeteered by her moods. You stop being predictable. And in that moment, you rise. You stop being a boy reacting and start becoming a man commanding his world. Not by force, but by presence. So the next time she tries to throw you off balance, remember, her chaos doesn't define your character. Your response does. Let her feel the weight of your calm. That's the kind of strength she won't forget, and neither will you. Number 3, break the reward loop. Modern relationships are full of hidden games, push and pull, silence and pursuit, attention and withdrawal. But here's the cold truth. Many of these games persist because men fuel them. When she pulls away, you chase. When she flirts with another man, you double your effort to win her back. That, my brother, is a reward loop. And as long as you play into it, she will keep testing you. Not because she's evil, but because you've shown her that bad. Behavior earns results. Stoicism teaches us to respond with reason, not impulse. And this is where you must become unshakable. A Stoic man does not reward chaos. He stands still while the storm rages, refusing to dance for breadcrumbs of affection. Picture this. She goes cold for 3 days, no calls, no texts. Most men panic. Did I mess up? Should I message again? They reach out trying to fix it, seeking closure. But that panic, that neediness, is the reward. She learns she can control your emotional state by withdrawing. But imagine instead, you do nothing. You remain calm. You live your life. You train, you work, you grow. That silence becomes your statement. That's when she starts to wonder. That's when the power shifts. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This is your friction. This is your trial. And how you respond defines your worth. Do you crumble? Or do you choose silence over chasing, dignity over desperation? Because here's what you need to realize. Every reaction is a message. When you reward disrespect with pursuit, you send a message. I accept this. But a Stoic man never negotiates his value. He doesn't beg. He doesn't chase drama. He lets silence speak and boundaries correct. So the next time she tests you, don't play the game. Break the loop. Let her feel the weight of your absence. Because your peace is more valuable than her attention. Number 4, speak through action, not explanation. In a world of endless talk and emotional manipulation, a man who speaks through action becomes a force of nature. The moment you start explaining yourself to someone who's already made up her mind to twist your words, you hand her the reins to your emotional world. I was just busy. I didn't mean to ignore you. I reacted that way because those are not clarifications, they're concessions. They signal insecurity, guilt, and a need for validation. And guess what? A manipulative woman feeds off that weakness. She doesn't want clarity, she wants control. The more you explain, the more you drift away from your own center. And in Stoicism, that center, your reason, your logos, is sacred. Imagine this. You're grinding day and night, building something for yourself, your career, your discipline, your legacy. But she hits you with the classic guilt trip. You've been distant. Instead of standing firm, you try to soothe it with explanations. Now you're defending your focus like it's a crime. That's the trap. A Stoic man doesn't justify his direction to someone who refuses to understand it. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That means your consistency, your presence, your purpose. Those are your explanations. Speak less. Move more. Let your discipline scream louder than your excuses ever could. The truth is, the right woman doesn't need endless words. She watches what you do. And the wrong woman? She uses your words against you. So be firm. Be kind. But never beg for understanding. Never lose your masculine edge by chasing emotional approval. You're not here to convince her. You're here to conquer yourself. Your presence should explain itself, and if it doesn't, you're in the wrong room. Number 5, have non-negotiables and stick to them. As a man, you need a code, a set of non-negotiables carved into the stone of your soul. Not rules to control others, but principles that define you. What do you stand for? What won't you tolerate? A woman who constantly plays games with your emotions? Someone who shows up late, tests your patience, flirts with others just to see how you react? These aren't quirks, they're signs. And every time you excuse them, you chip away at your own dignity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." That means showing the world who you are through your actions, especially when it's hard. When you compromise your values to avoid conflict or keep someone interested, you become a watered-down version of yourself. You're not holding on to love, you're letting go of self-respect. And here's the truth. Once a man starts abandoning his boundaries, he teaches others how to disrespect him. Think about it. Would you rather be alone with integrity, or in a relationship where you have to betray yourself daily just to be accepted? A Stoic man knows his boundaries are sacred, not because he's rigid, but because he refuses to lose himself. Your non-negotiables are your armor in a chaotic world. They protect your peace, your purpose, and your path. So set them, speak them, and most importantly, live them. A woman who's worthy of your time won't test them, she'll respect them. Number 6, detach from the outcome. Here's the truth most men struggle to swallow. Your value isn't measured by whether she chooses you. It's measured by how you choose to show up. Most guys twist themselves into knots trying to win a woman's attention. Texting just right, timing the call perfectly, reading into every silence. But that's not strength. That's slavery. A Stoic man knows control ends where the other person begins. Epictetus reminds us, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. That's not passivity. It's power. You give your best not because it guarantees the result, but because it reflects your standard. She can flake, play games, or disappear, but your inner code, untouched. Think of it like this. You bring your truth to the table, presence, integrity, intention. But if she's there for attention, not connection, let her walk. Don't chase her shadow. Too many men get hooked on the fantasy of what could be, while ignoring the reality of what is. If she only shows up when it benefits her ego, that's not love. It's emotional leeching. Letting her go isn't a loss, it's liberation. When a man detaches from outcome, he becomes untouchable. His mood isn't tied to a reply. His worth isn't anchored to validation. His peace doesn't depend on another's approval. That's Stoic strength. Cold to the game but blazing with inner fire. She can't play you because you already walked off the board. Number 7, make her earn access to you. There's a difference between being kind and being easy, between being generous and being gullible. Too many men give the best parts of themselves away like free samples, hoping it'll earn affection, attention, or validation. But in Stoicism, nothing is more sacred than your inner citadel, your time, your energy, your peace of mind. These are not things to be handed out to anyone just because they smile at you or show interest. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." And being one means protecting what you've built. A Stoic man doesn't overextend himself to be chosen. He chooses himself first. And from that place of strength, he evaluates who is truly worthy to enter his world. Think about it like this. You wouldn't hand over the keys to your house to a stranger. So why hand over access to your heart, your time, your ambition to someone who hasn't proven she respects it? A woman who truly sees your value will not be offended by your standards. She'll rise to meet them. On the other hand, if she plays games, tests your patience, or disrupts your peace just to feel powerful, that's not love. It's manipulation. You are not a prize she gets to claim without effort. You are the storm that became still, the man who chose discipline over chaos. Let her earn the right to stand beside that. This isn't about arrogance. It's about self-respect. Epictetus reminded us, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. If you're a man on a mission, building your purpose, sharpening your mind, cultivating your inner strength, why give all that away to someone who only wants the benefits without embracing the burden? Let her show she values your peace, your ambition, your silence. Because when a man values himself enough to make a woman earn access to him, he stops chasing love and starts attracting respect. Number 8, protect your time like gold. There's a reason why the Stoics treated time as the most sacred resource. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose possessions and replace them. But time? Once it's gone forever. Seneca's words still cut deep. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they're most wasteful. Think about that. You'd never let someone steal your wallet. But how many times have you let someone steal your time, your attention, your energy, your life, and walked away empty? When a woman plays games, keeps you waiting, cancels plans last minute just to test your reaction, that's not flirtation. That's manipulation. She's not interested in your heart. She's testing the strength of your boundaries. A man who knows his worth doesn't chase time wasters. He respects his schedule, his mission, his peace. Imagine spending hours thinking about her text that never came, only to realize the next day that she was entertaining someone else the entire time. That sting, that frustration, it's not just about her. It's about you forgetting that your time is priceless. When you allow someone to interrupt your focus for the sake of attention crumbs, you're telling the world you don't value yourself. A Stoic man doesn't beg to be prioritized. He removes himself from people who can't make time. His silence is louder than any argument. His absence is his power. Don't just protect your time, defend it like a fortress. Because the way a man guards his time says everything about how he views his life. When you say no to time wasters, you say yes to your growth, your goals, your greatness. Be ruthless with distractions. Be loyal to your mission. And remember, a man who gives his time away carelessly won't have enough left to build the life he deserves. Number 9, don't react, redirect. In the game of emotional warfare, reaction is weakness. When she posts that seductive picture, knowing it'll get under your skin, when she sends that "hey stranger" text out of nowhere just to see if you'll chase again, that's bait. And the moment you bite, you've already lost the frame. You've given her the steering wheel of your emotions. But a Stoic doesn't flinch. A Stoic redirects. You feel the pull, but you don't obey it. You return to your higher path. You go train. You work on your purpose. You channel that energy into something that builds you, not breaks you. Marcus Aurelius put it simply, The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If your thoughts keep orbiting around her games, you're no longer a man of mission. You're a man of reaction. You're colored by her drama, her validation traps, her emotional tests, and that's how you get stuck in the loop of weakness. But when you redirect, when you shift your focus back to becoming sharper, stronger, more grounded, that's when you reclaim your masculine power. Because power isn't in chasing, it's in choosing. Think about this. Lions don't bark back at small dogs. Warriors don't pause their mission to answer petty provocations. When she tries to trigger you, let it be the reminder to double down on your discipline. Go run, go lift, go build something. Not because you're avoiding her, but because you've outgrown her. That's not silence, that's self-respect. And that's how real men move, with direction, not reaction.